Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg is prepared to sue the federal government if a future Democratic president tries to break up his company. Now, according to leaked audio posted by The Verge, Zuckerberg admitted to employees that an Elizabeth Warren presidency would, in his words, suck. Remember, those are his words, not mine, for his company. Senator Warren tweeted a response slamming the company for fumbling its responsibility to protect the U.S. democracy. And she also quoted the word suck again, as you can see there. God, I hate that word. Casey Newton is Silicon Valley editor at The Verge. No relation. He broke this story and joins me now. Good on you for actually getting this audio so that we can hear him in his own words, which is important. And yet, what was your takeaway from all of it?
Well, you know, as noteworthy as Mark Zuckerberg's comments are in this piece, I was really struck by the questions that the employees were asking. If you sort of watch, you know, employee after employee going up to the microphone with a question, what you really take away from it is the deep unease that is being felt across the company right now as they face federal investigation, potential breakups, competition, a declining reputation, and more. So I was just really struck at how much that seems to have sunken in with rank-and-file Facebook employees.
It's interesting in terms of the concern filtering out to Facebook. When you look at that battle between Elizabeth Warren and Facebook, are you surprised really about how either side is holding to their corners right now?
I'd say they're both behaving about as you would expect, right? Senator Warren has presented a pretty bold plan to break up big tech, right? It could require Facebook to spin off Instagram and WhatsApp, for example. And you can imagine why Mark Zuckerberg is going to do everything in his power to prevent that from happening. So I think that all things considered, Zuckerberg was pretty diplomatic in his response, but he's also signaling that Facebook is not going to roll over and let a Warren administration do whatever it wants to Facebook.
And yet going forward, what can Facebook do in this environment over the next year? You know, the spotlight is on them and will be, especially through the next 14 months as we lead up to that 2020 campaign. It seems to me, and even being off the cuff, and I know it's a town hall, he wants to be honest, but that he didn't do himself any favors in that bracket if he was trying to moderate Elizabeth Warren's position or any other Democrat.
Yeah, I think that that's a fair point to make. I think that, you know, what Facebook can do is to try a number of different things to build trust. We saw Zuckerberg go to D.C. recently to meet with lawmakers to try to make the case to them in person that Facebook is better off when it's all together and not broken up. And I think you're going to see them do a lot to promote the work they're doing around protecting the platform from election interference in 2020, for example. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's a large platform. It is proven very hard to control, and that's one reason why Senator Warren and others are so intent on breaking it up.
If we try and really look at the tea leaves, though, where regulation comes in, okay, it may not be as drastic as what Elizabeth Warren is doing, but, you know, the New York Times had a great investigation this week on you know, unfortunately, the fact that, you know, pedophilia is also on Facebook, and now an encrypted Facebook Messenger as well. At what point do they say to themselves, look, no one wants this? Doesn't matter if you're Elizabeth Warren or Facebook. How do we get to that regulatory solution that is going to make everyone happy?
Oh, well, I think that probably we're not going to get to a point where everyone is happy, but I think there's probably a good happy medium in there somewhere, right? A world in which Facebook is truly accountable for some of the bad things that happen as a result of the platform that it has built. I think we can get there, and I think we can get there, by the way, in a way that still leaves Facebook a big and profitable and successful company. So I think there's a middle path there. The details are highly technical. Sometimes, you know, Congress bungles those technical details and we wind up with bad law. So it's going to be very tricky to sort this all out. But, you know, I'm an optimist. I think we can find some sort of solution.
Well, and apparently Europe will find it for everyone if they don't get to it soon enough. Casey, thanks so much. Really appreciate you bringing this story to us.